Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arapahoe Sports Network. We are here in Sitting Eagle Gymnasium getting ready for a girls basketball game. The Warriors taking on the Overland Trail Blazers. Warriors coming into this game, the number 2 team in the state of Colorado. I got Mason and Drew to my right. They're going to be commentating this game for you guys, so I'm going to step aside and send it over to them.
Yeah, tonight we have Overland coming in to Sitting Eagle Gymnasium, and they come in as the 20th ranked 6A team in. Those are their starting introductions for the Overland Trail Blazers and Arapahoe Warriors as we get ready to start out our doubleheader. We had a unified play earlier, great atmosphere in there. Sadly, they lost with a nail biter, but it's the girls' turn to try to fight Overland, and then the boys after this.
Yeah, tonight's also going to be the battle of the guards. Mason J. White, she's averaging like 16 points a game, something like that.
Yeah, Jaya averaging 12 points in the 14 games Arapahoe's played this season. League play getting started up with Cherokee Trail last Wednesday. And they're 2-0 early on in league play as Alexa LaDuff will start the tip. Arapahoe wins. That's Johnson getting the ball.
They're going to kick out, so get their passes going on the perimeter and try to hit a 3.
LaDuff tries to find Johnson inside, and that will go out of bounds. Turnover for the Warriors on their first possession.
Not a good start offensively, but their press is going to make Overland pay.
Emma Davis taking up the ball, and she'll turn it over for Overland. Johnson will pass up to Butler. Quick offenses, both of them trying to get going early on. Kenyon floater, too hard off the rim, foul called on the second chance opportunity, and that will send her to the line for 2.
Yeah, that was huge. Put the ball up to the basket. You get another shot and you go to the line, Mason. That's going to be big in this game with double chance opportunities.
Kenyon shooting 70% from the charity stripe this season, and she'll also get the points starting for both teams tonight. She'll make both.
Yeah, offensive rebound tonight is going to be huge. Get those second chance opportunities.
The Trailblazers will take it up the court. Johnson tightly guarding, White tightly guarding. Overland moving it around. Joy Jamison passing it over to Sasha Davis. And she'll fall. Not sure what that was. No foul called.
No foul. But Cindy defense by the Warriors right there on that possession. See if they can capitalize on some points.
Butler takes it up the court, tosses it over to White. White looking where to go, finds Butler. Butler wants a 3, takes it. She's got it early on. Butler, we know she can make those, and that's the first 3 of the night for both teams.
Good spacing right there. Kicked it out. Good moving around the perimeter, got your spacing, and hit the 3.
Overland quickly moving it up the court That's Davis with the ball, pump fakes, goes inside, layup no good. And Butler gets the rebound.
Good stance in the post there just to mess with that shot.
Butler at the Arapahoe logo, drives in, kicks out to White in the corner, and tries to throw it over to LaDuff, and that's a turnover for the Warriors.
It's 2 turnovers so far, getting passes in the post right there. Got to clean that up.
One Arapahoe playing man-to-man defense. Kenyon losing her person, but she'll get credit with the rebound. Quickly throws it up to White. White tries to save it, will go to out of bounds, and will be Overland ball anyway.
Little out of control there, but their defense for the Warriors is showing up so far.
Overland trying to find someone to pass it into. They finally find Halton, and Halton was the girl we were talking about. She puts up nearly 22 points a game.
Yeah, they're playing man-to-man. They're not doing zone. They're just going to play straight up and see if they can make Overland beat them.
Nice block there by Kenyon. Arapahoe couldn't hold possession after that. Davis trying to find somewhere to go, bouncing around the perimeter, pivoting around. Butler tightly guarding the Trailblazers. Arapahoe known for their press defense. Lets one slip through, and Overland will get on the board.
Got to protect the paint. The last couple of possessions, they had a body in the paint, and the Overland offense couldn't do anything. They put the shot up, and they couldn't convert.
White being tightly guarded by Davis. Gets across the half-court line, throws it over to LaDuff. LaDuff was not paying attention. Warriors not on the same page early on.
That's 4 turnovers. Despite having their lead, that's 4 turnovers right near the basket. That can't happen.
Butler throwing it in for Overland. Lobs it up, tries to find Halton. That bounces around. They finally get it back.
Yeah, the ball's just not sticking for both teams right now.
Davis. Nice pump. And she'll step inside. That's for 2. Overland finding some nice shots.
Yeah, those are just tough shots.
Kenyon getting past through. She's fouled by Jamison. That's the second foul from the Trailblazers early on in this one.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be all about who's going to get those rebounds and who is not going to turn over the ball over.
Johnston throwing it in to Butler. Campbell checking in. Nice steal there by Davis. Davis driving in, gets the layup. Overland taking the lead for the first time tonight.
Another turnover. That could come costly later in this game.
Butler, Overland trying a light half-court press, not really working. Kenyon kicking out to Johnston. Johnston driving through, foul called, shot no good. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a good possession. You kick it out to the wide open man at the wing there, dribble and drive in, and you go to the line. That's big. I think free throws are going to come down. Who can make those free throws? That's going to be a big factor in this game too.
Yeah, Overland losing to Cherry Creek in their last one, 55-70. It's their first loss in league play.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup for the Warriors and Overland. You got 2 good defenses. Overland not good on the offensive side, but they can convert.
Johnston makes her second, and Overland will try to get the lead back. Warriors trying the zone press. Working out so far. Nice tip there from Campbell. It'll stay with Overland.
Yeah, the ball's not going to stick in this game. They're just looking for turnovers and transition buckets.
Throw in to Halton. Halton passing it over to Davis. Turnover from Davis. Campbell gets credit with the turnover. Deep 3 from Johnston, no good. And Campbell with the rebound, easy bucket.
That was perfect. You shot up it didn't make it, but you got the offensive rebound and got 2 points. That is going to come in huge in this game.
Yeah, we've seen back onto the Warrior defense. We've seen them come in clutch in some of these games. And Juan Deme Davis will take the Trailblazers' first time out with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in this one. And Drew, what are your thoughts early on?
Well, right now it's all about the defense, the X factor for the Warriors and Overland. But as we know, Warriors can shoot the ball. They're going to shoot the ball as long as they get those turnovers and transition. They got to limit their turnovers, though. But
Warriors up by 3.
Oh, sorry. But right now, they got to limit those turnovers. That's killing them so far. But they're making turnovers on the other end, though. That's pretty big.
Arapahoe's defense coming in handy when they need it. And Arapahoe will go with a different group on the floor. White, Campbell, Kenyon, Truman will check in for the first time, and LaDuff will come back in.
Yeah, White's going to be the leader of this group right here. She has to be the one who's making the playmaking moves. What are your thoughts, Mason, on this defense right now?
Defense from Arapahoe has been tough for Overland, and just like that, backcourt violation. Push, excuse me. But again, back to the Arapahoe defense, coming in handy when they need it. Overland seeming like they've been a little too loose with the defense.
Yeah, they let up some easy ones, but it's just tough. And the good part about Arapahoe, they only have 1 foul in this quarter. They've been in the double bonus a lot lately.
Bad pass by Halton. Campbell trying to get the steal, loses it, falls out of bounds, and Davis will inbound for Overland.
Yeah, they're just trying to turn over Overland, get transition buckets, and they're going to let their defense cruise here.
Overland passing around the perimeter. Halton, she on the board. Halton finally gets on the board, averaging 21 a night. Warriors wanting to stop her.
That's just too much space. You got to get in her face and try to block that shot or alter that shot.
Timeout called by Jerry Knoffel. Or no, excuse me.
A turnover.
Turnover. What was the call? I missed that. 8-second violation in the backcourt. Costly turnover.
Yeah, usually this Warriors offense don't turn it over. Overland it's just going to be a turnover battle tonight, for sure.
I was looking at Jerry Knoffel, and I figured he was going to call timeout. I knew time was running down. But instead, Overland having the ball. That's Butler with it. Butler handing it off. Losing possession, foul called on White. Overland will still maintain possession.
Yeah, the Warriors just need to not foul, or those fouls are going to come racking up here.
Kenyon defending the inbound. Trailblazers inbound it to Davis. Davis hands it off to Halton. Halton tries to drive through on the end and will stay with Overland after, I believe, Kenyon gets a hand on it.
Yeah, the Warriors are playing good defense. They just got to limit those turnovers, Mason.
Passing it in to Halton. Overland just throwing it around, trying to find somewhere where the Arapahoe defense is not, and they step out of bounds. Turnover on Overland, and Warriors will get an offensive possession after being on defense for a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be a turnover battle. Each team just turning over turnovers right now. See if the Warriors can get some momentum on the offensive end.
Campbell throwing it to Kenyon. Kenyon making a quick move. Foul called. Kenyon will shoot 2 at the line to try to break this tie.
Good move. She should have made. You got to make that shot, but you go to the line for 2 anyway.
And going through the contact, definitely tough to try to focus on one, just falling, making sure you're safe, and then also trying to make that shot too. Kenyon makes her first.
Yeah, this game, Mason, it's all about making those free throws. If it's just going to be a turnover, defensive battle, you got to make those free throws.
Kenyon missing her second, but LaDuff rebounds. Campbell from 3. Biscuits, she's got it.
That's a killer. If you get the offensive board, you kick it out, wide open 3, you hit the 3. Wide open.
Foul called on Arapahoe. That will go against Kenyon. And fouls starting to pile up a little more late in this quarter.
Yeah, that's been a problem for the Warriors all season, getting in that bonus for the other teams to shoot free throws.
Ava Butler coming in for Haley Kenyon. No substitutions on the Overland side. Davis passing it over. That's Butler with the ball right now. Ooh, Butler falls. And
travel
called on Truman. I don't necessarily agree with that call, but we'll check out this replay and we'll see. Replay.
Did not catch it.
Unfortunately, didn't catch it. Useful when it does work. We'll still say that.
They wanted to get in transition, but you can't just have a travel right there.
Yeah, Davis trying to find somewhere to throw it in. Finds Holton. Holton passing it over to Wynn. Overland trying to drive through, and that's Davis who will travel, and Arapahoe will get the offensive possession. Sloppy offense, I feel like, from both teams. Drew, I don't know if you agree with that statement, but
yeah, the Warriors are just another turnover like that. You can't have those turnovers in these type of games. You got to get the momentum straight. The Warriors do have a little momentum, but they're just back-to-back turnovers. After you causing that one, you got to get back in their offense.
White gets the turnover off of Overland, and offense trying to score. That's somewhere that's not at the line. Truman fouled. Be on the floor, reach and foul.
They're in the double bonus. They're shooting 2.
Nino,
a 1-1.
Nino Wynn fouling. One more foul. Arapahoe gets to shoot.
They're shooting 2 now.
Oh, bonus. Excuse me, he's already there. I was thinking 6 fouls. It's 5 fouls. Truman will shoot 2 at the line. Truman, fun fact, first free throws of the season.
Yeah, the free throws in this game are gonna come down in this defensive slug, because if it's just gonna be tight the entire game, you gotta hit those easy money 3 throws.
Truman missing her first, second on the way. Gets it to go off the rim and get in.
Yeah, right now it's just a defensive battle. Arapahoe does have that high-flying offense, but it's getting shut down right now. But their defense is willing them right now with this lead. Mason, what do you think they have to do right now to close this quarter out?
I think you've said it, Drew. Just kind of bring the offense to where they're not turning over the ball, and the defense, I like how they're playing, even with the fouls coming a little close to the bonus. I think they're doing fine overall.
They're playing a little man-to-man right now.
Yeah, I think that's working better than the zone we've seen.
Seeing a little both.
In the backcourt, we see them try to zone press Overland, and then they switch to the man. Holton trying to drive through on White. Creates a nice separation from White. Can't get the 3 to go. Butler gets credit with the rebound. Truman from deep. No good. Poppleton fighting for the rebound. Truman gets in there.
Jump ball.
Jump ball should be called, and Overland will get possession.
Yeah, you got to convert that. The ball went in and out. You got to hit that shot. You're wide open there. That's okay, though. Good fight for the rebound, but jump ball instead. Going back to that press, Mason.
Yeah, that little 3-2 press in the back court. Then they switch to, man, they're triple teaming Halton. That will lead to Poppleton grabbing it. And Arapahoe will get possession. Hopefully the last shot in the quarter, if they're patient.
Yeah, they just need to regroup. Hopefully convert on this end and go in the second quarter thinking, we have the lead. We just have to limit those turnovers and find good shots.
Johnston kick out to White. Truman getting the rebound. And a last second heave. No good. Arapahoe up by 5 at the end of 1. We'll take a break before we discuss that first quarter. Start of the second quarter here. Arapahoe up by 5 after sloppy offensive action from both teams. And Drew, what do you think? Both teams could do better.
Turnovers. We've seen a lot of turnovers, Mason. You got to limit those, but the Warriors have done some good on the offensive end. They got some offensive rebounds. You got to convert those into points after getting the board. But it's just the turnovers. You got to cut down on the sloppiness, Mason.
Johnston trying to throw it in to Truman. Truman swatted away by Butler. Arapahoe will keep possession. White will throw in, trying to call out a play here before.
Yeah, they want to find the post player.
Throw-in didn't go as well as Arapahoe intended to. Sasha Davis trying to drive through, finding Jamison.
Yeah, that was just a sloppy pass in.
Holton driving in, layup no good. Johnston getting the rebound, trying to go quickly up the court. She'll slow it down and find Butler. Butler will quickly drive in, kick out to Truman. Truman, no good off the 3, and Holton will be fouled.
They missed 3 wide open 3s so far. You gotta hit one of those at least. But right now, the X factor for the Warriors is the defense for sure. They are tough, Mason.
Cami Jolliff coming in the game for Drea White. Just trying to give White a break. She was in the whole first quarter.
Yeah, she's the scorer of this team, Mason.
Davis travels before her arm being hit by Butler, excuse me. Poppleton will throw it in. Good defending there by Davis. Butler driving up past half court, kicking it out to Johnston. Johnston finding Poppleton. Poppleton finding LaDuff. LaDuff.
Another turnover,
stolen,
Mason.
and that's Halton. Can't finish on the other end. Davis gets the second chance opportunity, and that's the first points of this second quarter.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the second chance opportunities, but both teams trading turnovers. Arapahoe couldn't convert, but Overland did, and it's only a 3-point game. And another missed shot down there.
Yeah, Butler going to get the little floater to go. Hollingshead and Campbell come in for Butler and Poppleton. Hollingshead, freshman on this Arapahoe team.
Going back to that press.
Arapahoe likes to use that press. Butler passing it over to Holton. Davis, Davis finding other Davis.
Good defensive possession. You forced the contact. It wasn't called. Little bump. Good defense.
Hollingshead dancing at the Arapahoe logo.
Yeah, they got to get back to their offense. You got to. Right now they're passing around the perimeter, finding the open man.
Johnston open from deep. No good. Jolliffe grabs the rebound. Over and back, I believe, was called, or over the top foul was called on Jolliffe.
Yeah, that was a good possession by the Warriors right there, but you got to convert that three. But it was a tough three, though. But you got the offensive rebound. You just got called for the foul.
Davis inbounds to Holton. Overland trying to beat the press. Getting up court. Wide open inside. Foul called on Jolliffe. That's the second one. Overland getting the basket to go, and now they have the chance to tie at the line.
Not a good defensive possession there for the Warriors. That just can't happen in this type of game. And right now, Overland has all the momentum. They're about to tie this up. Warriors have to find an answer on the offensive end.
Jelena Flores at the line, converting the and one. And Arapahoe trying to spark this offense, hasn't got a bucket yet this quarter. Jolliffe passing it over to LaDuff. LaDuff to Campbell. Campbell from deep. No good.
I don't like that shot, Mason. You're just way too deep from the basket. Right now you got to get in the paint. You got to make some easy shots before you hit that three.
Davis will inbound for the Trail Blazers.
Yeah, right now the Warriors have to find some turnovers in this press and get their transition offense going.
Davis throws it up to Holton. Holton moving around, trying to move around Jolliffe, passing it over to Davis. Holton from three. That's good. Overland taking the lead, having a nice string with their offense here.
Yeah, they are. Warriors have to regroup on that defensive end.
And White is at the check-in spot after Arapahoe offense struggling a little bit. Jolliffe can't make that second chance opportunity. Travel
Warriors
called.
ball.
Yeah, Warriors will retain possession.
They got the second opportunity, but just missed. They got the ball back because of a travel. They got to convert here on this possession.
Jaya White coming in for Kami Jolliffe. White will throw it in.
Yeah, she got to get involved here. She's the scorer for this team.
Finds Hollingshead. White from deep. No good. Warriors struggling to hit much of anything right now.
They got to limit. They got to stop taking those deep threes. That's just what's killing them. It's one and done. If they can somehow find the rim, get the big in the paint, you got to convert those into points.
Jamison tightly guarded by White. Jamison finds Davis, but that's tipped away by Arapahoe. The ball will stay with Overland.
Good defensive possession right here. They got to find a turnover, get back on their transition offense. They're just they're getting slowed down. It's Overland's pace right now because Arapahoe's pace is they want to play fast.
Holton with the ball, double teams, finds Jamison in the paint. And the tough layup she attempted, no good. Foul called.
It's Warriors ball.
It'll be called on Jamison, I believe.
All right, it's Warriors ball. Got to get to your offense, got to find the open man. Do not limit the turnovers and no turnover on this possession.
Quick pass into Johnson. White in a mid-range spot. She throws it away. Overland another offensive possession.
Yeah, you got to cut down the turnovers, Mason.
Sasha Davis with the ball. Passes it over to Holton. Holton from deep. Bounces off the rim. No good. Hollingshead quickly throws it over to White. White's layup, no good. No foul called.
You got to convert that.
Jameson picks up the rebound.
You had the defense on their heels. You got into the lane, but you just couldn't convert.
Good from Hollingshead to come from behind there and just tip that ball out of bounds. Get a little reset, little break.
Right now they have to find some momentum on the offensive end. Their defense has got to force some turnovers.
Flores trying to throw it in. Butler tightly guarded. Now Davis throwing it over to Halton. Halton looking around, trying to find somewhere to go. Finds Davis. Halton back with the ball near the Arapahoe spear, driving in. Ball tipped. White tries to save it. She does. We have a Warrior offense really struggling. Have yet to score since that 1 minute left mark in the first quarter.
Yeah, right now Overland has all the momentum. They haven't scored in a bit, but they have the lead.
White, a little goofy turnover, throws it off the back of the basket. Overland.
Yeah, that's just the theme of the first half for basically both teams, sloppy turnovers.
Yeah, Overland winning this quarter 8-0.
Got to regroup.
Flores trying to drive in, throws it right to Campbell, and Kenyon, a little fast break, pass it up to Johnston. Johnston, layup, no good.
Blocking foul?
Yeah, I don't know what that motion was by the ref. Haven't seen that one before. Oh, a flop called.
A flop?
Interesting. I've never seen that called at the high school level, but flop was called on Arapahoe. And Halton will quickly pass it over to Jameson. Jameson, layup. No good. Too hard there on the layup.
Yeah, they want to play fast.
Kenyon quickly finding Johnston. Johnston gets a bucket to go, and finally a bucket on the board with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
That's Warriors offense. They want to keep the defense on their heels and convert in the paint. Otherwise, you're going to kick it out and hit the three.
Emma Davis with the ball. Foul called on Butler, I believe.
Yeah, but the defense of the Warriors is playing good right now, but right now they have 4 fouls. They're going to be in next foul for the Warriors is going to be Overland in the bonus, Mason.
Yeah, Overland don't want to give them any free throws. A solid free throw shooting team. Flores will inbound for the Trailblazers. She'll pass it in to Davis. Emma was tightly guarded there. Davis wide open in the paint. Layup. Gets it to go.
That's good defense. That's just a better offensive play right there, getting a tough layup like that.
Butler quickly flying up. Has an open Johnson in the corner. Elects not to take the three. Layup. Gets it to go.
I like that. Not the force the three. You make the defense hesitate a bit. You get the layup, and that's good. That's a good play.
Davis with the ball being double teamed by Butler and
blocking foul.
Johnson. Another blocking foul.
Going to the line.
And Emma Davis will go to the line and shoot 2. Chance to extend this lead.
Yeah, the Warriors are finding some momentum on the offensive end. They just have to keep that up, Mason. But right now, their defense is keeping this game. But they're fouling way too much this second quarter, and they're just letting Overland shoot easy three throws right now.
Sasha Davis coming in for Jelena Flores and Butler. White coming in for Butler.
Yeah, White needs just to regroup. She'll find her stride in the second half.
Campbell tossing it over to Kenyon. Campbell will toss it up the court to Johnson. Johnston, open 3, rims out. Jameson getting the rebound. Arapahoe only making 2 shots this quarter.
That's like the second or third time it's rimmed out for the Warriors right there.
Yeah, just getting unlucky with ball rimming out. Backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation, that's huge. They're finding their stride. Even though they're missing shots, their defense's willingness right now is pretty tough, and they got to keep that up if they want to win this game.
Refs conversing about where the ball should be thrown in.
It's in the front court.
They'll move Johnston, like Drew said, to the front court. She'll toss it in to LaDuff. LaDuff will toss it right back to
Good
Johnson.
screen.
Johnson inside. Too short on the basket. Quickly.
She had someone cutting. She didn't need to force that shot up. She had someone coming in wide open on the cut.
Davis bounce pass over to the other Davis. Halton dribbling around, finds Jamison. Jamison over to Sasha Davis.
They're playing keep
Back
away
over
right
to
now,
Emma.
Mason. They're going to try to get the last shot. They don't want to shoot it too quick or the Warriors can get a
They
possession.
do have 35 seconds, so it'd be a long time to just hold this ball, but Halton finally driving in, and she'll score. Arapahoe, 25 seconds to do something.
We'll have the last shot.
And foul called before Campbell losing the ball. That will go on Emma Davis.
That's huge, but Overland is going to be set up for a turnover situation right here. The Warriors have to be disciplined with the ball, try to get some points, and regroup going in the half.
White with the ball, passing it over to Campbell. Campbell at the end of the A on the sitting Eagle Gymnasium court. Campbell toss it inside to Kenyon. Kenyon kicking out to White. White floater gets it to go.
That's huge.
And that will be how the half will end. Arapahoe down by 2 points after leading by 5 at the end of 1.
They only scored 6 points that quarter, Mason. But their defense is keeping in this game. They got to find Jay White, get her going in the second half. I think it's a winnable game for either side right now, Mason.
Rough offensive half for the Arapahoe girls, but they'll come back and try to fight Overland in this close game. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
How do I start this timer?
Welcome back from halftime. We'll get the camera running as soon as Trey stops eating.
What are your thoughts, Mason?
Well, this half was just sloppy offense from both teams. It seemed like a low-scoring half, but Holton kicks off with a 3 from Overland.
Yeah, Arapahoe needs to limit those turnovers for sure. That was just not a good defensive possession.
Trey wants us to apologize on his behalf. He was getting popcorn.
Yeah, but as I was saying, they got to limit those turnovers, but Overland has some momentum right now.
Holton kicks out to, that was Wynn, I believe. And that was tipped. Davis finding Butler. Butler trying to find someone else to pass it to. She'll pass it over to Vaughn. And Holton, nobody was there. So Arapahoe will get possession.
Let's see if they can convert this possession into points. They only scored 6 points in that whole second quarter. They got to figure out how to score more than 6 points in a quarter.
Butler driving up, getting by Davis. Davis tightly guarding White, passing it over to Johnston. Johnston will pass it back to White. Warriors playing pass with each other, finding Kenyon inside. Jamison swipes and takes the ball away.
Two offensive possessions, 2 turnovers for the Warriors so far. That is not how you want to start this half.
Butler kicks over to Davis. And another 3-point basket for Overland. They've been on fire from there.
Yeah, Overland has the advantage right now. They're playing good defense, finding the open man. The Warriors have to do the same if they want to be in this game.
Kenyon driving through, kicks out to Butler. Butler, she's got the 3. She's got Arapahoe on the board in this half. She has 6.
That's huge because that's the first time I think they converted the ball around the rim in the whole for the first time in this
Davis
game.
missing the layup. Her sister getting the rebound. And
Travel
called.
Yeah, every rebound they got to fight for. That Overland got that 50-50 ball there, but it's going to be a tough finish to this game in half.
Yeah,
if Warriors want to figure out how they want to win this game here.
Yeah, back to Butler's 3. Nice shot just to respond. Keep this game, this lead for Overland, I should say, at a minimum.
Yeah,
LaDuff hands off to Kenyon. Kenyon. Butler thought about it, driving in. LaDuff from deep, shot won't count.
push in the back. Another turnover.
Yeah, turnovers from both teams just piling up in this game.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to get the ball back to Butler or one of their scorers on a little action on the perimeter and get those threes going.
Jamison swings out to Davis. Davis will slow the pace a little bit.
Yeah, the pace is going to favor Overland right now until the Warriors can figure out some turnovers and make this fast pace.
Davis getting the bucket. And White will come up with the Warrior offense and try to respond.
Right now, the Warriors are just getting out-manned and out-physicaled right now. Another turnover.
Badly timed pass by White. Holton will go up the court and get an easy layup. Overland extends their lead to 9 early on. Butler trying to drive through quick. Kenyon deep from 3. Foul
on
will
3.
be called, and Kenyon will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
Not a good start right now. If I was the coach, I would have called the timeout and regroup. But instead, you shoot a 3. You go to the line, just regroup from the line and around. Just breathe a little bit.
Yeah, you won't see Jerry Knaufel take a lot of timeouts He likes to keep the game just moving and fast-paced. If he calls a timeout, there's something he wants to tweak.
Yeah, if you just keep it fast-paced, that's Warriors' game. But right now it's slow and just defense. But the defense right now is keeping this game, but not right now. They're just getting out physical in the paint. And too many turnovers to start this half.
Kenyon making those. Holton will try to pass over to Davis. Davis dribbling around. White loosely on her. Davis will drive through. Nice Euro step. And Overland getting another bucket. And coaching staff for Arapahoe not very happy with how this game is being handled.
That's just too easy again. They're just getting around your man, putting up an easy layup. They got to figure out to stop them. Like, honestly, Mason, they got to get a body in there. They're just getting too out-physicaled right now. They got to figure out a way to slow down, create turnovers like they did in the first half, and convert on the other end, Mason.
Yeah, I saw one of the coaches slam his clipboard on the ground. One of the assistant coaches, just in anger.
They're not playing up to their standards right now. They got to will their way back into this thing. They're playing at home. They got to just figure out how they can come back here. And it starts creating turnovers, getting into their offense, and just getting rebounds right now.
Butler, Jamison, Holton, and the Davis sisters on the court for Overland. White, Johnston, Butler, Kenyon, and LaDuff on the court for Arapahoe.
And also right now, Mason, Overland's just throwing everything they got at Arapahoe. There's something going on, Mason. I don't know what.
Yeah, Jerry Knoffel talking with one of the refs. Johnston throwing into White. Overland pressing White, and White will make it across the half court. White dribbling around. And
a charge.
You could tell Davis a little bit of a flop there, but gets to the ref's call, and Overland will take the ball back.
They got all the momentum. That's out of their Warriors, like 8 I don't know how many possessions they had in the third quarter. It looks like over half are turnovers. Just killing them right now.
Davis passing over to Holton. Holton off-centered pass to Butler, but they'll work out. And Davis dribbling around Kenyon and Butler. Tries to do one of those fake shooting. No foul called. Overland will maintain possession. Sasha Davis will inbound.
Yeah, the Warriors have to figure out how to get a turnover here.
Sasha Davis throwing it into Holton, and Holton will get another bucket to go.
Too easy off the inbound.
Yeah, Holton has 15 off the night. Truman quickly inside. Jamison tries to take the charge. That won't work out. Jump ball will be called.
Jump ball.
Arapahoe will hold the possession.
She got the offensive rebound. You got to convert that. That's an easy layup for 2 points. Nonetheless, Warriors have another crack at this.
White will inbound.
Yeah, they got to get White going.
Butler shot no good. Truman with the offensive rebound, foul called.
That's huge. Got the offensive rebound. You're going to the line for 2.
Yeah, she'll shoot 2.
Got to convert. Got to convert. Yeah, right now, Mason, Overland has all the momentum. They're getting all the turnovers, all the stops, and just finding cracks in this Warriors defense so far.
Truman making her first. Her second on the way. And that goes in with a little help from the rim. Truman has 3 points on the night. Davis will take ball up the court for Overland.
Yeah, right now the Warriors just have to figure out how to manage this third quarter, keep it close, and go into the fourth.
Flores shoots, foul called on Truman. And Flores will shoot 2.
That's a tic-tac foul. She's straight up, but they called it. That's just tough. Warriors have to figure out how to convert on the offensive end without a turnover, Mason.
Flores, her second on the way. That will go in.
It's a 9-point game, Mason. Got to figure out how to keep it under 10 going into the fourth.
Kenyon, long throw to White. White evades the defender, passes over to Butler. And Butler passes it over to Campbell, and Campbell cashes out the 3. Campbell has 8 points and trying to ignite a spark in this Arapahoe offense.
That's huge. Found the open man on the perimeter. That's Warriors offense right there.
Double team foul called. Another one on Arapahoe on the floor.
Yeah, those fouls are racking up right now for the Warriors. They're 2 away from giving free throws for Overland.
Davis will pass in to Halton. Halton will throw it right back to Davis. Davis back to Halton. Halton driving in, passing to Flores. Flores,
good D.
her shot no good. Truman trying to pass it away. Foul will be called on Flores.
Good, huge rebound right there. 50-50 balls, you got to have those. That's a huge rebound, Mason.
Yeah, Joy Jamison, was called for the foul. That's her 4th personal foul.
See if the Warriors just can cut the gap.
Campbell will throw it in to White. White will throw it back to Campbell. Campbell tries to gun it over to Kenyon. Kenyon, who touched it last?
I think it was on Overland's knee, yep.
Yeah, late call on who touched it last, but it will go to the Warriors. White will throw it in.
That was dangerously close, but Overland was trying to play the press and slow down the Warriors' offense.
White will be fouled, and she'll shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, White got into the lane, put it up, got fouled. She can make this a 4-point game.
Overland 1 shot away from the bonus, 1 foul away, I should say. Arapahoe's 2. White makes the free throw. White only has 3 points on the night.
Yeah, that was Overland's game plan. They wanted to shut down White, make other people shoot the ball and make other people score to beat Overland.
Yeah, Overland just doing that. If that was their plan, White only with 4 points. She averages 12. Poppleton with the rebound quickly up to Truman. Truman layup. That's good. Arapahoe cutting the lead to just 2 after being down by 9 minutes ago.
Great defensive possession. Turn it to transition offense. That is a huge transition bucket. And that's what Warriors want to do in their offense. Make it high-flying pace.
Emma Davis with the ball, passing it over to her sister, Sasha Davis. Halton with the ball currently.
Triple
takes a
teaming.
Swiped at it. Yeah, nice triple team. We'll throw it back to Davis.
Now they're trying to slow the Overland team down.
Halton for 3, no good. Rebound from Flores. And White
jump ball.
Should make that a jump ball.
Warriors
Possession
ball.
Will go to the Warriors.
Yeah, they left the three-point shooter wide open, but you got to get that rebound. But that was huge to make that a jump ball, and it's your ball.
Campbell will throw it in, finding Truman. Truman will throw it over to White. White bounce pass to Kenyon. Kenyon pump fakes, rims out. Truman, second chance opportunity.
9-0 run. 9-0 run.
This game is tied after looked like Arapahoe offense was struggling, but they've got back into it and made this a tie game.
Way to put it up on the glass. Yeah, way to put it up on the glass. Missed it, got the rebound, put it back in. It's a 9-0 run for the Warriors right now. Let's see if the Warriors can keep that up on the defensive end.
Minute remaining in this third quarter. Truman almost getting the steal. Poppleton tightly guarding, and an and one called. Holton will try to convert, and Holton with 17 points on the night.
Yeah, that was just good action. Got in the paint, got up, and got for going to the line and got the and one.
Holton will convert the and one. And Arapahoe down by 3, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Long pass over to White. White will try to dribble.
You don't
out
need
of
a
the
three,
traffic.
though.
Campbell passing it over to Poppleton. Poppleton over to Kenyon. Kenyon inside.
No foul.
Swiped
Oh,
away.
they called a foul.
They did call a foul.
Going to the line. But Mason, I like how the Warriors defense showed up. They converted those points, the offense in these late stages of the third quarter.
And Kenyon will go to the line to shoot 2. Kenyon, first one on the way, gets it to fall through. Kenyon with 7 on the night.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, Mason, it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I can tell you that.
Kenyon gets the second to go. She goes 2 for 2 at the line. Arapahoe down by 1 in this low-scoring contest. Davis with the ball. White takes a nice swipe at it. Overland will keep it. Tries to bounce, pass it over to Davis. Poppleton has it. Poppleton going up the court, finding Truman. Truman's layup.
They got the lead.
Goes, and Arapahoe leading by 1 as time ticks down in this third quarter. Overland trying to go quick. Campbell called for the foul.
They're going to the line.
And Overland will go back to the line. Both teams in bonus for the final 10 seconds of this quarter.
Warriors will get the final shot here, but the Warriors D is picked up here. Overland might go to the lead, have the lead going to the fourth quarter, but right now, Warriors are showing their toughness right now.
Emma Davis tying this game back up at 41. Davis is second on the way. She gets it to go. Overland takes back the lead.
It's only a 1-point lead.
Jaya White will have the ball. Time ticking down.
She's going all the way.
Yeah, she's going to go in the paint. They get the lead back. Overland will try to get a shot. And
what a move by Jaya White to take the lead there.
Yeah, they won't.
What a run!
They won't throw up anything. And Arapahoe, after being down at 1 point, will lead this going into the fourth quarter by 1. Your score 43-42. We'll be back in 45 seconds.
Welcome back. Warriors went on a big-time run there to get the lead back. Some toughness on defense. Jaya White with a big-time move to get them the lead. Warriors have all the momentum right now, Mason. Big-time play for the Warriors right there.
Yeah, Warriors up by 1 going into this fourth quarter, and this should be a fun fourth quarter, seeing who comes out on top. Davis will pass over to Halton. And Halton will pass over to Davis. Nice tip by Campbell.
That's been the story so far. Turnovers to get the lead for the Warriors.
The Arapahoe's defense being strong. Truman swings it over to White. White over to Butler. Butler for 3, no good. Campbell trying to get in there. Jump ball will finally be called. It will stay with the Warriors.
Yeah, Butler was the one who started that little run there for the Warriors, hitting a 3 to make it 31-37. Now they have a lead.
White will throw it in to Campbell. Campbell back over to White. White to Truman. Truman from deep. She got it to go. Truman
Big time.
for a 3, extending this lead. Truman has 12.
Big time. Big time shot right there. Little contested, but nice shot.
Flores passing
Another
it over.
turnover.
Truman with the steal. Over to White. Layup. No good.
Foul.
Foul called on White. But Arapahoe finally getting things going.
You got to convert that one, but that was huge just to at least get a shot at tempo, but you got to convert that into points.
Halton with the ball. White tightly on her. White takes a swipe. Flores wide open in the paint. Nobody
Another
saw
turnover.
her. Poppleton getting the ball. Poppleton inside the paint. Foul call. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's huge. They got another turnover. You got another turnover there. Putting it at the rim, getting to shoot 2. That is pretty huge. But right now, the defense, Mason, for the Warriors are coming up huge.
Poppleton at the line. And she made her free throw.
She shot that with confidence, I can tell you that.
Yeah, someone yelled brick right as she shot it, but she gets it to go anyway. She's 10 for 20 at the line, a good 50%. That will raise it
go up.
Yeah, that will raise it to 11 for 21 there. Halton quickly passes it over to Davis. And Davis tries to take a shot. Accidental pass to Butler. They'll get the points. Overland down by 4. Plenty of time to go. And Poppleton with the ball. Pushing foul will be called on Jelena Flores.
Good defense right there, but just better offense right there. Just getting it up over the defense, converting there. Still 4-point lead for Arapahoe. They got to figure out how to finish this game out.
Poppleton will throw it in to White. White move around the offender. Fakes the drive in, passing it over to Truman. Truman gets it to go.
Good roll.
Truman's on a roll right now with 14 points in this game, and she's helping the Warrior lead.
Yeah, she got in the paint, put it up, got the roll. That's a home roll.
Foul on Campbell. It'll be a reach in. That'll be Arapahoe's second foul.
Yeah, you can't have these fouls stack up early in this quarter. They're going to the line to shoot 3 throws. But right now, Overland gave them everything they got in the third. Just Arapahoe's defense is just slowing them down right now.
Davis inbounds to her sister, and Davis' sister's playing a little pass back and forth on that possession, and they'll get a bucket out of it.
Wide open.
White with the ball. She'll cross half court. White being tightly guarded by Emma Davis. White will pass over to Truman. Truman going inside. Then finds Campbell outside in the corner. Campbell moving around, finds White. White over to Campbell. Timeout being called by Jerry Knopfel. And this timeout could be a good talk
timeout
for the Warriors on what they need to do just to, I guess, maybe not finish out the game strong, but just continue to do what they've been doing.
Yeah, they started out this fourth quarter strong. And at the end of this third quarter, they showed some toughness for real, Mason. They did. They were down 9-0. They were down 9. They came back and took the lead.
All right, I just want to jump in here, remind everybody that immediately following the end of this girls basketball game, we will have a boys basketball game. They are also playing Overland, but we will end this live stream, switch over to the boys version of this exact same live stream, same channel, same everything. So just tune in for that immediately after this game.
Yeah, remember just to switch the broadcast, go out, stay on the channel, and maybe subscribe while you're at it.
Yeah, and what I said at the beginning of the broadcast, the defense for the Warriors are going to be the X factor. And Mason, they have showed up, this defense.
5.5 minutes left in this game. Butler with the ball. Bounce pass over to Kenyon. Kenyon hands off to White. White over to Poppleton. Poppleton swings it over to Kenyon. Kenyon drives through. Layup no good.
Tough layup.
And Butler with the rebound, passing it, or handing it off, I should say, to
Yeah, that was
Holton.
just tough layup.
Davis throwing it back over to Holton. Holton back over to Davis. Davis back over to Holton, and Holton will drive through, try to get something to go. Foul will be called a little late, and that will send Holton to the line to shoot 2. Holton has 19 points on the night.
Yeah, good drive. I thought it was a clean play there, but they called the foul, Mason. Yeah, free throws from here on out are going to be huge.
Yeah, it's Holton missing the first one. Johnston coming in for Grayson Poppleton.
Yeah, Overland is just giving everything they got to the Warriors. The Warriors just might be the better team here, Mason.
Holton will go 1 for 2 at the line. Makes it a 3-point Arapahoe game. Kenyon will pass in to Butler, and Kenyon will try to drive up.
Yeah, they're in that press.
Kenyon will throw it away to Holton.
That's a heck of a play, Mason.
Holton will run up the court. Takes a little layup. That won't go. No foul called. Kenyon with it again, and Davis will tip the ball out of bounds. It will stay with Arapahoe.
That was a heck of a play. You broke the press, but she just came flying for that turnover. But good defense on the other end to get the ball back. It's going to come down to rebounding too, Mason.
White will inbound to Butler. Butler gets across half court. Butler bounce pass to Kenyon. Kenyon will hand it off to Truman. Truman passing over to Butler. And White will drive through. White will take a shot, foul called. And White will go to the line to shoot 2. And Emma Davis very unhappy with that call.
Good move by White, got fouled, and she's going to the line. You got to convert. I'm telling you, free throws are going to come. Is going to be a key factor down the stretch.
White making her first 82% on the night.
How many points does she have, Mason?
She has 7 points on the night. White missing her
good rebound.
Second. Yeah, nice rebound there by Truman, and Butler taking a long 3, won't go. Butler with the rebound.
Yeah, way to get an offensive board, get another shot. Just a long 3, wide open.
Davis being double teamed. Arapahoe very aggressive in this final 4 minutes. Davis tries to take a 3, that won't go.
Yeah, they need to be aggressive.
Comes up short.
That's what started this whole run here. They got aggressive on the defensive end, convert those into points, and making Overland make tough shots.
Butler driving in, kicks out to Truman.
And a foul. And a timeout. All right, what do you think they're going to discuss?
I think just how to close out this game strong.
Yeah, it's a 4-point game. They got to be more tough on. They got to be physical on the defensive end. They got to outmatch Overland here on the offense and defensive end, but the defense is going to come down to it and converting free throws, because who's ever going to convert these free throws is going to win this game. But what a run by the Warriors here. They were down in the count, but they came back swinging and they fought back and they took the lead.
Yeah, I think it will really just be as simple as just how to finish the game out strong. Like you said, Drew, do everything
The right way.
Yeah, the right way.
Yeah, if they do everything the right way, they're going to just, they're at home, they got the crowd, they're just going to cruise if they just do everything the right way. No turnovers the last couple minutes.
Yeah, both teams 2 fouls away from the bonus, so it'll be interesting to see
how they play it out.
Yeah, once they get to the bonus, if both teams do, how that will play out.
Right now, they just want to get into the paint, probably maybe hit a kick-out three, but they want to get in the paint probably and get fouled and go to the foul line.
Joy Jamison on the court for the Trailblazers. She has 4 fouls.
A little risky there, but you got to have your players come in and play this one out.
Throw into LaDuff. LaDuff will pass it to White. White will pass it back to LaDuff. White will throw it over to Butler. Butler over to White. White for 3. No good.
Big time rebound right there.
Johnson trying to get a rebound.
A flop?
Yeah, it looked like the ref was hitting the 6-7 emote. Not really sure what that call was.
Timeout.
Jerry Knopfel.
Big time. Yeah, big time right there. Big time rebound. White was wide open. Couldn't hit that shot, but a big time rebound to get the ball back. I truly do think the Warriors can get a. Mason, you want to say something?
I was just going to say.
Trey is messing with Mason right now, but the Warriors have to keep their focus to win this game. If they don't, it's going to be a tough night.
Yeah, Trey just being a.
I don't know what he's.
Trey just being a turd tonight. Keeps muting my mic.
Yeah.
But Arapahoe, what I was going to say is Jerry Knopfel just taking a timeout. That's all I was going to say. White will inbound.
Yeah, White has to be the scorer right now, or the big, because she is on fire right now. 2 points right there.
Yeah, nice basket there from Jaya White. Davis, her pass will be deflected by Butler. And Flores with the ball currently passing it over to Butler. Butler being tightly guarded by White.
Yeah, Overland has shut down White for the most part, but White has come into her own in this quarter. And they couldn't slow her down for too much longer.
Mid-range from
shot.
Halton, no good.
Good rebound.
LaDuff with the rebound. Butler,
wide
quick
open.
pass over to White, and another layup will go. Arapahoe has an 8-point lead with 2.5 minutes left in this one. Halton.
She's almost to her average. She did miss a layup earlier.
Takes a quick mid-range. That won't go. Truman will rebound. And Butler.
Slow it down.
Will swing it over to White. White swings it inside the paint, and Truman will be fouled by Butler.
Yeah, one more foul. But Overland right now, they had the lead, but Warriors just came back and took an 8-point lead. They literally just took the momentum snatched the momentum right back from the stages of the late third quarter till now. Going to the line.
Yeah, Johnson will go to the line to try to extend this lead to 10 and just try to shut the door on Overland.
Yeah, they win this game by double digits, and they were down by 9. That's called a tough, gritty win for the Warriors.
Gets the first to go.
Mason, you said White is average 12 points. She's almost to her season average. She did miss a layup earlier, but She's almost at her average.
Johnston, her second on the way. That won't fall. LaDuff rebounds, though. White open three, elects not to take it. Johnston will drive in again, take another shot, and she's fouled. She'll go back to the line to try to increase the lead to 11 now.
Smart decision by White. You don't want to take it, do not want to force the three. Kick it to the open, your teammate there, get in the lane and shoot free throws.
Johnston's first.
Home
Bounces
row.
off the rim, and that will go in.
Now they're up by 10. It's a big time swing for sure.
Johnston with 8 on the night. And she'll have 9 after that one. Arapahoe up by 11.
Timeout.
And sub will come in for, Joy Jamison will come in for Jelena Flores.
Yeah, right now the Warriors are going to shoot 2 throughout this game here.
Davis trying to find somewhere to go. Halton, the Trailblazers needing a basket. Just something quick, and that's not what they need as Arapahoe has the ball. Johnston with it, passing it in.
Good.
To Truman, and Truman hands it off to LaDuff. And Arapahoe leading this one. LaDuff gets on the board with her first.
Timeout. That was a good big time steal.
Wandame Davis will take a timeout, trying to do something with 1:42 left.
Yeah, Mason, what 9? Got to do some quick math because a big point swing here for the Warriors, Mason. Big time swing.
Yeah, Arapahoe slowly inching the door shut on Overland, as Overland's offense kind of came to a stall here in this fourth quarter, just after Arapahoe rising up.
22-point swing, Mason.
Yeah.
23.
It's a nice run there for the Arapahoe offense.
Because I think they were down, the Warriors were down 28-37 until Butler hit that 3, and that sparked the whole momentum to take back the lead. And they were up by 1 at the end of the third, and they never looked back. Now they're up by 13. That's a big time swing. And that's what the number 2 team in the Colorado should do. Got punched in the mouth, and they punched it right back.
Davis will inbound for the Trailblazers. She'll chuck it all the way across to her sister. And that one will be too high for her sister, as that will be Arapahoe's ball with 1:39 left. White will inbound. We'll find Johnston. Johnston will pass over to Butler. Butler will swing it over to White. White inside the LaDuff. Over to Butler. Butler for a 3, no good. Butler rebounds. And Halton wide open. Takes it easily to the lane, and another timeout will be called by Wandame Davis.
Yeah, right now, Warriors want to score, but they got to slow down this pace and not give any more possessions to Overland. Minimize the possessions. But if the Warriors can finish this out, this is going to be a big-time, gritty win for them, for sure. But what a game. What a game.
Bruh.
Your mic on? Yeah. Mason, what do you think?
Yeah, Arapahoe just trying to close out, obviously strong, but their defense needs to come through in the final minute.
Yeah, they do. Just slow down the pace on the offense. try to make Overland just foul you, go to the foul line, and you're going to win this game by double digits.
Arapahoe will start with the ball since Overland scored that easy layup, and Johnston will inbound. Johnston will inbound to Budler. Budler will toss it back over to Johnston, and Johnston will try to bring it up the court.
Got to get it across.
Yeah, they get it up and over to Budler.
Now they're just bleeding clock.
And White will just try to dribble this one down as far as they can. LaDuff will swing it over to White.
Overland has to foul soon.
I don't know that they're going to foul. Might be too big of a lead for Arapahoe if they unintentionally foul, but Budler just moving around well.
Yeah.
And they get double teamed, but they get out of that. Budler over LaDuff.
Yep, this
over
is
to
exactly.
White. And yeah, just trying to dribble out the rest of this clock. There's really not a whole lot Overland can do here.
Good for White to not.
And
they called the foul anyway.
Yeah, they called a foul on Sasha Davis. 23.4 seconds. All Arapahoe needs to do, shoot these free throws. And they'll close out Overland from this game. Reminder again, Arapahoe boys play after this one. Should start pretty soon after the girls' game ends. And reminder just to switch over broadcasts.
Another free throw coming here.
Johnston will make her second. And Overland will just try to get some cupcake points on the board with a three. They'll miss that. They'll go out of bounds and stay with Overland.
Yeah, the Warriors just do not want to foul here. They just want to just play straight up. And got the turnover. What a big-time play by Jay White.
They at least need to get it up the court, and that's all they'll need to do.
And no foul.
They'll just dribble out the rest of this one as Arapahoe girls will become 14-1 and 3-0 in league play now. And what a win.
What a huge win.
Girls. Yeah, Drew, any final thoughts?
I mean, they were down by 9 at the late stages of that third quarter. Butler hits a big-time three, sparks the momentum there, and a huge gritty win for the Warriors right there. Just Overland gave them everything they got, but they can't take down the mighty Warriors. That's all she wrote.
And we're going to quickly go over.
Yeah, that'll do it. We will be right back. Just switch over broadcast. Thank you for joining us here on Arapahoe Sports Network. And as always, let's go Warriors.